Hey, my name is Nick Garza. I work at Keller Williams Southwest. Been a licensed realtor for about to be 3 years now. And yeah, service anywhere from Georgetown to Bastrop to San Antonio to Westlake.
Hi, I'm Brandi Hale. I'm the Area Vice President and Branch Manager of the South Austin location of Patten Title.
Hi, I'm Stacy Turchiano. I'm Business Development here at Patten Title. I nominated Nick because I just wanted to shine a light on him and all his success. I'm just super proud of him and everything that he's accomplished so far in this short professional career, and we're just ready to see where it takes him.
I joined Stacy in nominating Nick for many of the same reasons. I had the fortunate opportunity of meeting Nick right as he started his real estate career, and I can safely say we've worked together your entire career, which has been thrilling. And yeah, I couldn't be more proud of his accomplishments over this short period of time and the immense growth he's had and influence he's had on his community and his peers.
Yeah, so in May of 2017, I came back to Austin for the third time, and I joined a real estate technology company called OpCity that later got acquired by Realtor.com. And in November of 2017, I got told from a broker in North Carolina, he was like, hey, if you become a realtor in Austin, Texas, I'll move my entire company over to Austin. I was like, no way, you're crazy. I would never want to do that. Like real estate, like no. Realtors, that's not me, that's not me. And long story short, from that moment in time, there's probably 40 to 50 people had told me to be in real estate. So I went from a Series A funded company to an acquisition via Realtor.com. I moved down to a seed round company by the CEO called Dustin Gray, who taught me how to ask questions. I moved over to a lending technology company that was a Series A funded company that got Series B funding. And in the midst of all of that, in October of 2022, I got laid off for the third time in my life. And that was really fun, said no one ever. But what happened was that my pastor and a really good friend were like, hey man, like we feel like God's calling you to walk away from this $200,000 a year job, going to work for a big lending company and to just follow Christ. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, no. And they're like, no, you're gonna be fine. Just walk by faith and not by sight. And so it was in that moment that probably like the 50th person had told me that I should be in real estate, that I decided to go all in on real estate. Yeah, one of the really cool things is like my big why. So my mission is to just meet people where they're at and to listen to their testimonies to allow for them to feel seen and heard. And the vision is that I really don't care about buying, selling, or investing in real estate with anyone. I really care about just walking with people towards Christ, which has been like really cool. And so because like the why has nothing to do with the real estate, it has so much more deeper, impactful meaning. It ends up allowing for people to just have this experience that's way different than many experiences that they've ever had. Specifically like with one of the biggest either sales or purchases in their life. They're like, holy smokes, like they get to feel this different kind of love that has been really, really cool. Yeah, so I was sharing with these here earlier, this year's kind of been crazy. So as we approach the end of this year, I'll touch 3 years in real estate. At the beginning, I found out that I rank amongst the top 500 agents in Austin. Then from there, they both recommended me to be a feature in a really awesome real estate magazine. So was a feature in a real estate magazine, and then found out this morning that I now got the opportunity to go be a part of the 2026 Keller Williams Southwest Agent Leadership Council. So it's the top 26 agents in a brokerage of about 600 agents. Like the framework that I've learned to develop over the years is like how to like ask people intentional questions, how to active listen, how to show empathy and compassion, how to share testimony, and then in my instance, share the gospel. And so what's been really cool is like in the midst of those 5 things, or that framework can talk to just about anyone and everyone, right? What I understand is like people want to feel seen, known, and heard, right? Everyone has a story that they want to share, but in most instances, rare is it the occasion where someone actually wants to listen to what someone has to say. And so the quicker that I am with like listening and like asking questions, and the more to like show relatability and the empathy and compassion, like it's been cool, right? You get to like break down any walls that anyone has on the other side of the table or the screen. And from there, there's this level of trust that's built from the beginning. And it is really special. Like me right now would probably go ask me or tell me back then, hey, this career is your calling. You will be decently successful at it. Like pay more attention to like how to grow a business, right? because right now, transparently in year 2 going to 3, I've like tripped and fallen over so many different things, like, hey, like, don't overspend on clients, but just, gradually spend on clients. But really just learning more and more how to not just be a realtor, but how to be a business owner. I'd say is probably the biggest thing. The biggest, I think, revelation that I've had is that top agents are 2 kinds of people. The first one is that they are genuinely and authentically just themselves, right? For me, I found how to nicheify within the church, right? Like, and how to find like those people who want to buy and sell real estate, right? But there's other people who have different niches. And so biggest thing is just be genuinely and authentically yourself, right? If you are that, the right people will be attracted to you and vice versa, right? The second one is how to like be able to operate a business with a high attention to detail, high organization, and high communication, right? Understanding those core principles allows for anyone to become a real business owner, right? Because you're not just saying, hey, like I made all this money, but you're understanding like how to focus on the things that matter, which is the people, right? And also too, whenever you get the money or you get the people, right? How then do you take them through it, right? If someone wants to feel seen, known, and heard, they're trusting you with one of the biggest buy or sells in their life. They also want to make sure that you know how to have high attention to detail, high organization, and high communication.
I would say the biggest thing that stands out would just be the increase in his volume over the years. Because we've been so lucky to work with him from the start, we've been able to bear witness to his success, and it's also really endearing to me to go into closings with him, because as hard as he's working to give that kind of nurturing support to these clients that he doesn't just care about, he truly loves them, I feel that, and that brings just a lot of joy to me.
I was on a team, right? And I got to get this really amazing foundation of real estate. Crash course, like shout out to my team lead who helped me back then. He was amazing. And then from there, I made like 8 listing consultations, and I got told no 8 times. And on the 9th one, this lady named Vanessa, she says, hey, I might try you out. So I was like, hey, Vanessa, can I pray for you? She's like, okay, cool. But I hope that you actually know God, because if you don't know God, then I'm gonna sift you out. It's like, okay, cool. Like, all right, like, cool. I kind of like, yeah, I'll pray. So I prayed. And then after that, she's like, hey, you know what? Like, I will use you as an agent. And from there, what happened is we listed a piece of land out in East Austin. And the buyer said, hey, I know this Patten title group that's absolutely amazing. Like, we're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy this piece of land in cash, and you have to work with them. And I was like, okay, sure. Like, I don't know left from right. Like, I don't know what a good title company is, what a bad title company is. And then Vanessa, she ended up saying, hey, if we're gonna close with this company, now that we're under contract, I want for you to go meet this Brandi Hale in person. And I was like, okay. So I show up to the old office, and I'm like a new agent, right? I've never done a deal before in my life. It's my first listing. I don't know left from right, but I show up and I'm like, can I see Brandi Hale, please? And I forget who was at the front, but they're like, yeah, no worries. Like, I'm gonna call her. So they go and they reach out to Brandi, and she comes in just like how she is, right? And she's like, hi, I'm Brandi Hale. And like full of energy, full of empathy and compassion, and full of just like, she could almost feel that it was my first transaction like of all time. And so she's like, hey, like I am a real person, we are a real company, right? And we do have this background. So she explained the history. I then relayed that over to Vanessa, and she felt peace about going through that transaction. But what was really sweet was it didn't really end there, right? What happened was then there was a parting of ways from the team that I was on in May of 2023. And from there, I got my first listing outside of a team, right? And so what happened was I asked a couple of people for recommendations, and I called 2 or 3 title companies, sent them emails. I heard no response. And I was like, you know what? Like, actually, I have this email for this team that like helped me, and let me just reach out. It's like, so I reached out, and immediately they responded. I was like, oh, whoa. That was fast. that was really, really fast. And from there, right, it's been like nonstop. All listings go to Ladybird team, right? Like even on the buy side, what I've learned too is in these times of being able to negotiate, also negotiating the title to be on the buy side as well for Patten. And so it's like, for the most part, for every deal, I try to make sure it's this team that handles the transaction.
I think what stands out about Nick is that he is that person. Like you see him and that is him. He is authentic and humble and just all around just a great person. And in this space, you know, or in any industry, really working with great people is really great. You know, it's the best part about the job is working with people like him. And every time he shows up, he comes in and he comes with hugs and he comes with smiles and he's a light. And we just love having him around us.
Yeah, the thing that sets Patten apart, specifically the Ladybird team, is their high attention to detail, their high organization, and their high communication, right? It's one of those things that I've learned as a business owner to share with clients. And then I also try to search for it in like a reciprocity relationship from like a vendor. And they are the higher attention to detail than I have, hyper organization, and like high communication. And those things make it like an easy, like, hey, by the way, this is the team that we're gonna be working with. And then, yeah, once they call, they're like, oh, hey, like, whoa, that was fast. It's like, I told you, like, I wasn't playing, like, they're super fast.
One of my favorite memories is when we did a class and at the old office, and we were kind of a small, intimate group, but we were just talking about, it was Title 101, and Brandi was leading it, and we were just talking about the ins and outs of title, and there was a lot of other agents and, you know, a small group of agents in there, I should say, newer agents, but when it came down to talking about what we do and the service that we provide, Nick was the first one to kind of stand up and be like, it's true, they do that, they are the best team, they are, I know, and he just really advocated for us and continues to do that wherever he's at. Whenever we're in a public space or with another group of agents, he's always the first person to come out and say, this is the team that you need to work with. So in that moment, it was so fun. And I was like, I feel like he needs to come work with me because he was just doing a great job, you know, selling us to the other agents in the room.
Yes, I would say just recently, as Nick mentioned, he was featured in a real estate magazine, and the launch party that the magazine held for that month's feature, I got to attend, which was great because I got to get out of the office for a little bit, but also because I got to meet Nick's family. His mom and sister and niece were there, and that just feels like an extension of our relationship to get to meet somebody's family, and I really enjoyed it.
Where I grew up, I wasn't really book smart, but I was street smart. And so I had this philosophy, if you will, that it's not about what you do or what you say, it's about how you make people feel, right? No matter what happens, like if you make people feel like the most important person, they will feel this level of love that they probably never felt before, right? The other philosophy was, it's not about what you say, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. No, sorry, it's not about what you know, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you, right? Because ultimately it's the person who knows you, it's going to be the people, right, that like recommend you for things. So the people that are like, hey, by the way, do you want to come do this or that or the other, right? And the people that are like, hey, like let's continue to grow together. And so those two philosophies, I think, have been like hyper important. And I was like 18 when they came about, and like now I've just learned how to reiterate them over time, but how to really keep those like focal central points of any conversation with anyone. And really excited about just what 2026 will bring in terms of the Agent Leadership Council, because what's happened, as I was kind of sharing with Stace earlier and even Brandi, is this 2025, even though it's been a hard year, has been an opportunity for so much market share growth, if you will. And so now like friends and family, they're like, yo, like you're really, really good. And there's all these other agents that aren't doing as good. What are you doing? And I get to share with them a lot of what I shared with you right now. But what's happening now is like, hey, by the way, like we want to use you. 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 And that's something that's like really exciting, right? Because it's not having to cold call people, not having to like ask people for business, but in the way that they feel loved and receive love, right? They're like, hey, like it's you that I want to use. That's cool.
It's validation, right? For you that, they see you, right? And that's important because that's your goal, is to see them.
So there's a really good Taylor Swift lyric. Failure brings you freedom. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though it was a tough year, if there were failures, not saying that there were, but
Yeah.
it's what you learn and grow from. So Nick, a huge thank you for joining us today and being a part of this feature of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your continued support of my team, and we will always be there for you moving forward.
Yes, I just want to add to that. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here, but most importantly for your trust, your continued trust in us, and we will be here for you. Yeah.
Yeah, to you both, one of the really sweet things is like I would not be where I'm at physically today without the both of you. You all have done things and like met me where I'm at time and time again and met my clients where I'm at. I think the really sweet thing that I've learned, right, is like I can bring clients here and I can say nothing understanding that I get to work with such professionals that have such a degree of not only like intelligence of title and the entire process, but the attention to detail, the organization and the communication. It's been one of the most life-giving things to be able to just be a part of, right? And so thank you all for the recommendations for real estate magazines and the hey come join a class, or the just being who you all genuinely and authentically are. That allows for that to like supersede anything that has to do with title or real estate, right? It's been really fun to be able to build really long-lasting friendships, and not just a professional, right, but also the outside of work friendship. And so I'm really thankful to the both of you.
Yes.
Truly honored.
Yes, absolutely.